Good morning, friends. I'm Motorcycle Pastor. Welcome back. It's December 2nd, and we're starting our day rising with the Lord, relying on His holy word this day and every day of our lives. We're using Charles Spurgeon's Morning by Morning to help guide us as we open God's word. Today, it's Solomon 4:7. You are altogether beautiful, my love. Here's what Charles has to say. The Lord's admiration for His church is very wonderful, and His description of her beauty is very glowing. She's not merely beautiful, but altogether beautiful. He views her in Himself, washed in His sin-atoning blood, and clothed in His meritorious righteousness, and He considers her to be full of attraction and beauty. No wonder that this is the case, since it is simply His own perfect excellency that He admires. For the holiness, glory, and perfection of His church are His own glorious garments, worn by His well-beloved spouse. She is not simply pure or well-proportioned. She is positively lovely and fair. She has actual merit. Her deformities of sin have been removed. But more, she has, through her Lord, obtained a meritorious righteousness by which an actual beauty is conferred upon her. Believers have a positive righteousness given to them too, when He chose us in Him, as Ephesians 1:4 says. Nor is the church barely lovely. She is superlatively so. Her Lord styles her most beautiful among women. She has a real worth and excellence that can't be rivaled by all the nobility and royalty of this world. If Jesus could exchange His elect bride for all the queens and empresses of earth, or even for the angels in heaven, He wouldn't. For He puts her first and foremost. Like the moon, she far outshines the stars. Nor is this an opinion that He is ashamed of, for He invites all men to hear it. He sets a word, behold, before it. A special note of exclamation, inviting and arresting attention. Behold, you are beautiful, my love. Behold, you are beautiful. That's what the Song of Solomon in the first verse of chapter 4 says. He publishes his opinion widely even now, and one day from the throne of His glory He will declare the truth of it before the assembled universe. Come, you who are blessed by my Father. That's the words from Matthew chapter 25, verse 34. This will be His solemn affirmation of the loveliness of His elect. Do you see yourself as beautiful? The answer to that question reveals a lot about whether or not we trust and are listening to and allowing Spirit to live inside us. See, if we don't have God's vision, can we truly say God is leading us, living inside of us? God is in our eyes as we look at the world. Sometimes it's even easier to look out at another and say, I see you as beautiful, than ourselves, because we know ourselves intimately. We know the wrongs we've done. And so we subconsciously start layering that back on, putting that hump on us if we think of Pilgrim's Progress and Christian walking with this massive weight on his shoulders. We realize how ugly we are. Yet what we've forgotten is all that ugliness that we think is in the past and that we can't take off is literally something we just put on. God sees us in the image He formed us in. God sees the beautiful image, the perfect image He made us in. I'm not talking about deformities and blemishes and spots. I'm not talking about whether you have curly hair or straight hair or no hair at all. I'm talking about the perfect image that God wanted you to be in, that He made you in. All the rest, the sins, are the junk of this world. That's stuff we put on after. Those are scars we picked up along the way. God calls us to have His vision, to see His bride, the church, and I love the way Spurgeon ended this because he talks about the elect, to see the people, not just the institution of the church, but the people as this beautiful God-bearing image they were made in. And that includes you and me. See, if I'm not an image bearer, then I wasn't made by God. And suddenly you say, well, wait, we were all made by God. We're all created. Right. Start seeing people as image bearers. Even if they're walking far from Him, that's just their being clad in the junk of this world, clad in the decisions, clad in the society they grew up in. But they were still made in His image. And if you can see others that way, perhaps this morning as you rise, you'll take an extra moment in the mirror, not just to shave, not just to wash, not just to put on makeup, but just to see the beautiful image that God made you in this morning. Brothers and sisters, I hope that you will continue in God's Word today. If this is the only word you hear, then let it be profound for you. Let it influence how you see yourself, how you walk as an image bearer, and how you see others when they believe faiths radical from your own, when they act in ways totally unforgiving and untoward another. See through God's eyes today. See through the eyes that were made in His image, to see the world in love, and then walk in that way. God bless, brothers and sisters. I'll see you tonight. This is Motorcycle Pastor signing out. Right on, brothers. Right on, sisters. Right on.